First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
You joining in wherever you are. We are live streaming here on the Fox 12 Oregon YouTube channel at kptv.com under the Fox 12 Now tab, and of course on the Fox 12 Oregon app. Lots of places to find this show. I always like to remind everybody of that because if it's your first time watching, maybe you didn't know about all the other options. So one of the things that we're going to be doing here for this segment, though, is we will be talking to Tyler Malek from Salt and Straw about their 5 new Halloween flavors. They're always, interesting flavors and combinations that they come up with, but Tyler came here in studio to showcase those, and one of the combinations has bugs in it. And so we're gonna go ahead and run this for you. We will tell you all about it during this interview. I'll let Tyler explain. Here it is, right here on Fox 12 Now. All right, I just heard cricket legs, and that's already a little bit. Hello, everyone. I am here with Tyler from Salt and Straw, and we are here to try out the new Halloween flavors. Yeah. They are all looking great. There's also something down over there that I guess we're going to be trying here in a minute as well.
Okay. So for the entire month of Halloween, the month of October at Salt and Straw, I love this idea of just getting a little bit creepy here.
Yes.
So all of our flavors, this is almost like we partnered with Dracula's grandma to write this whole menu just at Salt and Straw, just for the month of October. And that means we're doing some really unique things. Like we actually have a candy copia flavor, which is probably the most delicious of the year, where we're making homemade Snickers, homemade Reese's, all these delicious candies packed in an ice cream. Also means we have some flavors that'll give you literal chills, including an edible bug ice cream. So
edible bug ice cream.
Yeah. We gotta dig in. I promise you're gonna love all of them.
Okay. Well, let's. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, we'll start here.
We're starting with the bugs.
Yeah, why not?
I guess you just got to jump right into it.
So you dig in here.
Okay,
First of
so
all,
tell me about this thing.
I dream of like this idea of you sitting out on a grassy field, and then the bugs are crawling up your arms. You have to almost transport yourself. And so we've got this beautiful bright green matcha ice cream. There's chocolate-covered crickets. There's coconut candied mealworms. So you have to just dig in. Like
crickets and mealworms. Okay, so let me ask you, what made you think to put this into ice cream?
I mean, first of all, this is an amazing partnership with this lady. She started one of the first edible bug farms in San Francisco, and so we're getting all of our bugs from her farm. She candy coats them, and really the trick is these are flavors she grew up with in Mexico City and wanted to bring to the United States. Okay. So there's a real heritage here. We're doing it a little bit in a way to kind of shock you into learning about some of these foods.
Yeah, so you're easing it in for me. Okay, so what am I looking at right here? Is this?
Okay, so yeah. You're stalling here.
I am.
Okay, first of all, this is a chocolate-covered cricket, and then you see that little pocket of kind of caramel, though. Those are candied mealworms. So get a little bit of both at the same time.
All right, so I'm scooping out a cricket and a mealworm.
All in this grassy matcha ice cream.
Grassy ice cream.
And if you close your eyes and just think like candied coconut and toasted almond, I swear it'll be like, that's what you're gonna taste.
I'm still thinking of the legs, but.
You get a little crunch to them. It's cool, like I said.
They're surprisingly crunchier than I thought they would be.
They're so good.
They're really crunchy.
It's actually really good. We've been doing this flavor for a few years now.
I will say, if I didn't know, like if this wasn't in my head already, I think that was like a coconut.
There's so much
something
protein
crunchy
in there. It's practically healthy. I think you got a little cricket leg in your teeth there.
Dang it.
I'm just joking. So we have fun.
I'm still stuck with the bugs crawling all over my arm.
I think, like I said, this ice cream should be experiential. So you're kind of getting in, and
I will say that is actually really delicious.
Yeah. And you got a little chill, right?
Yeah, I definitely got a chill because now I'm thinking about bugs.
I'm going to go to our next really funky flavor.
All right.
This is called Essence of Ghost. And so when you dig in here, it literally feels like a ghost is floating through a graveyard. And if you bite into it, you'll never guess what flavors are in there. But I'll give you the cheat codes.
Okay.
There's this intense homemade black licorice ice cream swirling through this bourbon or this kind of scotch and vanilla sherbet. And together they blend and create this texture and flavor that is literally ghastly. It almost like hurts your head as you're eating through it. It feels like a ghost is just like floating straight through your spine and out the nape of your neck.
Wow. You have spent a lot of time thinking about what
I love this ice cream.
about these
This
flavors.
is one of my
what they
favorite
do.
ice creams we've ever made
It
before.
does even kind of look like a ghost there, right? In the
It's
middle
so
of
experiential. Kind of tastes like my grandpa.
I mean, I have to say, I'm not a big black licorice person normally.
Yeah.
But in this,
me
this
neither.
totally works.
It's so funky.
Yeah.
It's almost like it hurts your head when you're eating through it and you're like,
It's a weird
what is
combination
this?
of flavors that I'm having trouble like
Yeah.
rectifying in my head.
Yeah. We've been like, this has been like one of those flavors that people are sneakily like, God, that's actually really good.
Yeah, even people who don't like black licorice.
Okay, and then we can start going a little bit more mainstream.
How long does it take you to come up with all of these for like
Years.
Yeah.
Years. I mean, this is,
Like, is this something you've been thinking about forever? Like, oh, I want to make something in black licorice, but how am I going to do that, and how is it going to?
and the idea was to create two different textures and flavors that are clashing with each other in such an intense way. Almost like I said, it feels like a ghost. Like,
Yeah.
that just like kind of shocks your taste buds a little bit in this really unique way. Kind of takes your breath away.
Wow.
But this flavor is going to be a lot
Okay.
more mainstream and delicious. This is probably the most popular flavor we've ever served at Salt and Straw, and that's saying a lot. This takes
Yeah.
the cake. And
You've
it's
had
the
a lot of
hardest
flavors.
to make. No one will ever try to make this because it's so hard to make. We make our own homemade Reese's, homemade Snickers, homemade Kit Kats, homemade Heath bars into a homemade butterscotch ice cream.
Whoa.
So it is decadence on decadence. We almost like, I dream of like kids just shaking out their Halloween candy
Yes.
and like jamming it into ice cream, but done in this very, very high-end way here at
all
Kitchen Portland.
homemade, everything in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that's probably even just figuring out the right recipes for all
Oh,
of that.
this is where it took years and years and years. But as you
can
dig
see
in,
all
you'll
these
feel
different
it. So the Snickers we make, we actually design it to be frozen. So they're still a little bit gooey when they're in there. The Reese's are a little bit softer. And this is all done using just really high-end kind of candy making techniques in our kitchen here in Portland.
Oh yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
this is my jam right there.
Yeah, you got to be careful. This whole pint will just disappear.
Oh, 100%.
You'll be like, oh, I don't know, the ghosts.
No, it's me on my couch sitting there. That's incredible. So, like, you make all that, you came up with all those recipes, mixed it all together, and you
Yeah.
said this one's really hard to do. Is that because of all those ingredients?
It's so much work to make
yeah,
that
I was
much
gonna
candy
say, that's
in our
kind of what
kitchen.
it seems like to me. Like, how much goes into making that?
Hours and hours and
Yeah.
days and days. I mean, it's a labor of love. But it flexes our muscles in our
Yeah,
bakery,
testing
being
out
able
those
to
different
like
things.
make all these candies from scratch. So
And this is something that you'll do for this month, and then
just 1 month. Yeah.
1 month, and then it's
Too hard. But-
yeah.
So come in, get as much as you can, and then it'll just
and
disappear.
then it'll disappear.
Yeah.
That is really good. Wow.
Okay, this is like a close runner-up for me, and this like will hit all the pumpkin spice vibes that you're craving this fall.
yeah.
We make this pumpkin bread recipe. My aunt actually used to make this all the time when I was growing up. I loved it, and we frost it with a cream cheese frosting, and then put it in this pumpkin spiced ice cream.
Cream cheese frosting.
It's so good. The cream cheese frosting, there's a little Easter egg in there because the cream cheese frosting, we use 3 different colors to frost it. Yellow, orange, and white, which is like candy corn. So we call it our jack-o'-lantern pumpkin bread.
Oh yeah, you can see it. I mean, it looks like pumpkin spice right there.
Yeah, and you got a little orange frosting
Oh yeah, a
there.
little bit of orange in there.
I love this one. So,
Oh yeah.
if you're like craving that pumpkin spice, like come into Salt and Straw.
Oh,
this is like
100%.
the perfect flavor for you. Again, these homemade this pumpkin cake kind of bread recipe is just so tasty.
Well, with that cream cheese aspect in there too.
know.
I mean, you said, you keep bringing up things about from when you were a kid, things
Yeah.
you tried. So is that like a lot of influence for these? Or thinking about things
100%,
from,
especially during Halloween.
like what your aunt made this one time.
Once we get
so
into
it's
like the holidays, we just go into sheer nostalgia for us, you
Yeah.
know, like leaning into these flavors and recipes that I think, we were so, you grow up and you want that childish sensation
Yeah.
and the punny nature of it.
Right.
Even like the bug ice cream, I know it's funky, but like I grew up like we'd go into my grandma's basement in Montana and she'd have like the haunted house in her basement, which is so creepy.
Nice.
Peeled grapes and you reach your hand.
Oh
in.
yeah,
That sensation, yeah, exactly, and that sensation of just like being transported for a moment and kind of just being kind of creeped out in Halloween is so unique and also creates this sense of excitement. I think that is so perfect for the season.
Excitement, nostalgia, hitting on all of it.
Yeah. which kind of brings us to our last flavor, which I had a lot of fun creating. We actually partnered with one of my friends who runs Dia de los Muertos down in Los Angeles to initially create this.
I was excited about this one when I saw
And so
this.
this is based off of a more traditional dessert during that time of year, a blackberry tamales. And so we made this tamale swirl. It's basically we're taking that masa and cooking it down into a pudding. We make tamales crumble, which we basically steam off tamales and toast them into like a crumble texture. And then it's in this this blackberry sherbet. There's a little bit of coconut cream in there, so it's got the rich decadence. And it's really, really intense with flavor.
I mean, the fact that, so these are, I'm assuming, homemade tamales as well that you've got in there.
Yeah. And you see, get those little chunks and the texture. It's really, really unique and kind of fun to show off some ingredients that, you wouldn't normally see, especially at Salt and Straw.
Oh man, that is good. I mean, I know I keep saying that about all of them, but I mean, that is really...
I have fun with this one. It's just so, it's like nothing you get to try very often. So
it's rich, but yeah, you could feel that, the tamales right there, getting that flavor of those tamales. Oh man, wow. Yeah,
Cool.
that's like the dessert one of the desserts, I guess, for me.
Do you want to, I have to challenge you now. So
dang it.
it's
I was
one thing to
afraid
eat
about that.
bugs and ice cream when you can't really see them and it's on a spoon.
All right.
It's a whole nother thing.
I saw that
to
you have a
get
whole bowl
slab.
of these. So is this something that you can buy at?
Yeah,
you
and
can
we
buy a bag of.
We've actually got them in our shops at Salt and
See,
Straw.
now this, what I was saying, like trying the other ice cream, I couldn't really see it. I'm like, okay, I can close my eyes and not really.
Yeah,
picture
you
it.
see, like.
You can see there's a lot of
Isn't that
worm.
beautiful?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so cool.
Here, we can even show it on the
And this is
camera
all
because I
handmade
want
in
people to
San
really
Francisco.
understand. Like these are a bunch of worms. Go
right
ahead and
here?
write that one, I think. Yeah, and we're just throwing everybody for a loop.
Oh. It's so fun because you can actually see the bugs crawling out of it.
No, you can see them. There are
And so as you dig in,
there are bugs in there, and it is like I'm looking at this right now. It's seriously, it's a bunch of worms.
this is grown
There are a bunch of worms
and
on there.
handmade in San Francisco. It's so unique. You don't expect this to exist in the world. And so when you eat it, you get that sense of place that I think is so, so special. It's also really good for you. So we're just gonna lean into it.
So it just,
Go for it. This is all you.
man, yeah. See, this is the part that I've tried the world's hottest pepper, and that
no,
didn't
no.
bother me. This,
Yeah.
well, that did bother me a lot. That's a complete lie. But this,
Toasted coconut, just think toasted coconut.
as long as I close my eyes, I can't really tell.
They're so crunchy.
Does it feel like there's a bunch of legs in there? Where do you source your mealworms?
Yeah, San
Question
Francisco.
I've never thought of.
This lady,
Thought of asking
one
somebody.
of the first bug farms in the country. So she's so amazing.
It is like coconut. Yeah, yeah, it's coconut crunch. Okay,
Crunchy.
worms. Okay, all right, I tried it. I
Yeah.
gotta admit, it doesn't taste that bad. It's just getting over that visual
I know.
thing, that stigma that I have in my mind.
It's
and
actually like really good for you. So you're pretty much,
I'm healthy.
This is a lunch.
Healthy bugs.
So we've got these flavors for the entire month of October through Halloween. What's fun is if you come on Halloween day, maybe if you're in a costume or if your dog's in costume, we've got free ice cream for you. So,
Oh, nice.
just are kind of like, this becomes one of our favorite times of the year, and we get to bring out some of our favorite flavors. So
And
hopefully,
you get to see everybody come in their costumes too.
Exactly.
Yeah, check out that. I love dog costumes as well.
So
that's
come visit.
fantastic. Well, Tyler, thank you very much. I have started my day off trying bugs. And I gotta say, my mind has been changed a little bit about
Yeah,
it.
good.
The flavor's good, and all of these are amazing. So yeah, thanks. And again, this is just this month.
Just for 1 month.
1 month.
know.
All this work for 1 month. Go try these out. All right, so big thank you to Tyler for coming in studio and bringing those in. I know some of our other anchors have been trying out some of the mealworms and crickets on camera as well. So you'll probably want to check out that if they're going to be doing that continuing on. All right, we have more coming up here though for Fox 12 now. It is Friday and we've got the Fox 12 Weather Podcast video edition happening at 2 p.m. If you are watching live, that's about, checking my clock, about 14 minutes away. So that's when we'll be back on with that. We've got more throughout the afternoon as well. And if there is breaking news, if anything happens like that, we will be here for you as well. So just remember, you can always go to the Fox 12 Oregon YouTube channel, KPTV.com, or to the Fox 12 Now tab, or as always on the Fox 12 Oregon app. So lots of ways to find the show to watch live and watch it afterward. We'll take a break for right now. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.